Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. My name is Achua and I hope this video finds you well. If you are new to this place, please consider subscribing, and to all our subscribers, thank you so much for your support and welcome back. So I'm here with C Chronicles obviously, and we are having some we have some samples of some hyped up niche fragrances, which we have been curious about. So I think there are 7 in all. We are here to give you just our opinion, what you think about them. Do they really deserve the hype that they have gotten this like a couple of months ago, or no, last couple of years in general? So we have the first one here. The first one is commodity milk, right? And this is the plus milk bold. Okay, I'm wearing it on this arm, and we sprayed it on. Did we spray it? We sprayed it on a. No, it was just on the arm. Oh, okay, yeah. You can spray so it. Your thoughts? Let's see. Just we're wearing this fragrance. Okay. I have it here. I sprayed it early in the morning. This is like around close to 2. I sprayed mine on my arm around 6 in the morning because I wanted to see if I can actually if I can figure it out, because the milk part is what got me interested, and it's still holding up. Okay, it's still holding up. It's a nice fragrance. I do get the milk, I do get the marshmallow. Yeah, I do get a sweet marshmallow, sugary type of fragrance. The milk is not pushy, like very creamy, but it's there. It's definitely a milky fragrance. And maybe woody. Musk. Yeah, it's also quite woody. It's like the sweetness is balanced with the wood, so it doesn't come across as like too sweet, you know, ultra feminine. I think it's unisex. Yes, this is unisex. Yeah. This is genderless. Anyone can wear this fragrance. It's a nice fragrance. I like it. I like this fragrance. It's not pushing it. It's not strange. It's not trying to do too much. It's well balanced, and it lingers. That is the one thing I can say. I wouldn't call it beastly, but it lingers, because if I wore mine 6 and we're now close to 2 p.m., 6 a.m., 2 p.m., it's still there on my skin. I don't know how it will work on the clothing because I haven't tried it on the clothing, but I think so far so good. I like what I'm smelling here. This definitely deserves the hype. You think it deserves? I think so. Okay. I think so, but I can see how it can be underwhelming to people with bigger expectations, or if you like your milk on the creamy side, this might be underwhelming because the milk is there, but it's not getting to the point of creamy. Extra lactonic. Yes. Yeah, as the name says, milk, you might assume you're getting like milk, but this is spicy. And the woods, you know. Yeah, I like it too. I think full bottle worthy. Yes, full bottle worthy, definitely. Commodity milk. Yes. Okay, so the next one here, to me, I don't see as full bottle worthy. And this is going to be, I don't need a prince to be a princess. I think this was hyped up like 4 or 5 years ago. Every girl had to have this one, you know. It was made to seem like it's this fluffy marshmallow scent. That was the impression I got from the beginning. But it's really not giving me that, you know, that like fluff, that marshmallow, that creaminess. It's probably because we've smelled, or I've smelled things, so much things which are like more creamy and fluffy and marshmallow. Absolutely. You know, even in the Middle Eastern markets, it feels a little underwhelming to me. It is to me, you know. It's got this it has a sugar accord in this, and maybe the marshmallow interpretation of I don't need a prince to be a princess is that, you know, when you're around a fire and you've got the marshmallow on a stick and you then maybe burn the marshmallow. That's how it's interpreting, as opposed to how you'd, you know, have like a mental shortcut of opening a packet of marshmallow and you put your nose there and you get that marshmallow, you know, that distinct marshmallow. It's coming wrapped up as though it's burnt sugar, you know. So maybe at least to my nose, the interpretation is that of a marshmallow that you would roast, or I've never tried them, but I'm just thinking maybe that's how it interprets. I don't know. And with Killian, he's got a way of naming his fragrances, so there's no smokiness to it, you know. It's just
It's like
not smoky, but like a sticky. You know when you take sugar and you put it in a pan and it burns. You can't call it
caramelized.
Yes, caramelized marshmallow.
Yeah,
but not distinct. I wouldn't say rush and buy this one for the best marshmallow fragrance on the market. No, it's underwhelming.
If you are into Middle Eastern fragrances, I think something like Ansam Gold will give you more marshmallow. Something like Reina will give you more marshmallow. You know, but this is not giving marshmallow as you know. A lot of the reviews that I saw claiming it was like marshmallow fluffy. I'm not getting any fluff. You know, no. I think it's. The name, is it like princess worthy?
I think the name is a marketing strategy. It's it did draw traction because you know, who wouldn't have wanted something like this in their collection? I don't need a prince to be, you know, to by my side to be a princess. That's a very nice, catchy kind of name there, which is something that Killian does very well. You know, Love Don't Be Shy, for example. You just want to know what the hype is about. So this is probably the naming and that marshmallow thing, which is what drew a lot of people in.
And the bottle.
But what in the bottle, but it's okay. It's okay. It's okay.
How would you rate this?
Gifted, I wouldn't dispose of it. I mean, gifted, I wouldn't dispose of it. But would I say I want to go buy it? No. I would rate it, out of 10, I would rate it a 4.
Oh.
I would rate it a 4. Based on what I was expecting, you know. But I can see how people can like this, but what I was expecting when you gave me the 2 samples, this I smelled there, and the commodity milk immediately I put on my arm, and when I smelled there I was like, what am I smelling? And then I sprayed a little bit on my arm last night to just make sure, and still it was
so for me personally, it gives me a slight sort of touch of caramel cascade, you know, but like more watered down. You know, caramel cascade, I think it also has the marshmallow fluffy black tonic, you know, but this one is like a very watered down version of it, you know. And if you have something like caramel cascade, I think you are likely going to prefer that to this one, you know, because this one is not giving much. It's not giving much, not the potency, not the lasting power, nothing really. Okay, so that these are just our impression, you know.
Yes, so, yes. I'm yet to smell caramel cascade, but at least you've mentally prepared me there.
Okay, so the next one we've already sprayed them.
Yeah, this is Mula. Let me just try and see if I can maybe hold the little decants here and then give a close up. So the next one is just Mula. Okay,
from Byron Perfumes. Okay, so that has been hyped up for, I think, last year, you know. I think I saw it last year, and obviously it's supposedly like this caramel sweet gourmand scent, which is actually is. It's very beautiful. You get that caramel with a hint of patchouli.
Exactly.
Some berries.
Yes.
Very sweet, you know, very sweet.
This one.
Yeah.
This one, guys. Where am I? You see now. The camera will blur, and the angle at which I am is a bit odd. But yeah, that's the Mula. We have the little tester there. Okay.
I like it.
I like it too. I like this one.
Yeah.
I like this one, and I can see the hype around this one. Yeah. Very nice fragrance. Caramel, peach, and the peach in this one is not apricot-y like a peach, kind of nectarous type of peach, but it's there. Is it the same one that had strawberry as well?
Yeah, I think it has the strawberry and the raspberry. Yeah.
It's nice, but don't expect those in their prominence. Like, it doesn't come out as an outright fruity in your face type of face. It's like a type of fragrance. It's a caramel wrap up of a fragrance, sweet but not very sweet. Yeah. Well, sweet. When I say not very sweet, it's because we compared them with we compared it with Mula double caramel. Yeah, it's not as sweet as a double caramel, but it's sweet nonetheless. It's a nice fragrance.
Yes,
nice fragrance.
Yes, I think it's.
Would you buy a full bottle of this?
I'll buy a full bottle of the double caramel, which we have here.
Yes,
it's quite similar, but this one is more of the caramel, you know, as the name implies, double caramel, and also much intense when it comes to the patchouli. You know, I think these are the differences I'm getting from the double caramel. I would rather do the double caramel than the OG Mula Mula, you know.
Absolutely.
But the OG is equally a beautiful one, you know. If you're into caramel, sweet, berries, that raspberry, strawberry, if you love those gourmand, but it also doesn't come across as, you know, the typical foodie gourmand, you know, although it has those things, you know, it doesn't come across as those ones that people might be offended by the fact that they are too foodie and gourmand. It's a good one.
It's a nice one.
This one, the double caramel to the original.
To the original. Yeah, this one is definitely the one to go for. It does feel like a continuation. I don't know which one came first, but they do feel related, and the notes do not stray that much. It's just that one has a double dose of something, the other one is a single dose of something. They both have the peach there, they both have whatever, but this one's more sweeter. So if you're looking for something more sweeter, or you know, you are undecided as to which one to go for, definitely the double caramel will be the best to go for than the actual regular one. So that's a nice one. That's a nice one.
Okay, so let's do the favorites. Demi. I think of all the things that we tried, this is going to be my favorite. That is Minuit et Demi by Demi Rolling. I was super curious about this one. You know, I think it has some chocolate, tobacco, vanilla, you know, and you get exactly what the notes indicate. You know, the beginning was a bit lukewarm.
It's timid. It starts off, it's one of those that you need to, they say, what did I call it earlier? I said, they say what? Lux is quiet, or, you know, money is not loud, or something like that. It's subtle. It starts off subtle, and it will confuse you, like, oh, okay, is that it? And then it starts to develop. After we tried the other ones, and then we took it, we're like, oh, it has really, you know, it's a nice one. It's a nice one. It does give that weight to the what you call it, Fragrance du Bois house, because initially I thought, okay, to partner with Fragrance du Bois and then come up with this, because that was on the initial first 10 minutes or so. But if you let it sit there and let it do its thing, it's a gorgeous fragrance, guys.
Is it coffee?
Coffee, yes, chocolate. It has coffee. It also has rum, so there's gonna be a I'm not sure whether it's rum, but it's liqueur. Okay, so it's got a booziness to it, but it's not a drunken boozy scent where you would class it as, if you like boozy fragrance, it's got boozy. No, it just has wafts of wafts of a booziness, a warm wrap up to it, a very nice, rounded, sexy grown, you know, fragrance, and it's unisex as well. So
that tobacco is very beautiful, very
gorgeous
beautiful.
fragrance. Gorgeous fragrance.
Yes. The next one I have is going to be Side Effects from Initio, and this is quite a simple yet complicated one. I think I have the After Effects from F.A. Paris, that dupe. When I compared the two, I prefer the original one to the dupe. You know, the dupe has something that does not really mesh well with me. You know, the rum, the tobacco, the saffron. You know, there was a video that I mentioned that I don't really do well with some type of saffron. Probably that is the saffron that is not working in the dupe for me. In this one, it's not my favorite, but I still like it. You know,
it's a nice
I still like
fragrance.
it. Yes, it's nice enough fragrance, but it's not something I'll run to get a full bottle. You know, for me personally, I will not run to say I'm getting a full bottle of Side Effects. You know, although a lot of people seem to love this one. You know, so but
it's okay. It's nice. It's okay. I think
feels a little masculine to me too. A little masculine.
It's an okay fragrance. I'm happy to actually smell the real thing, in all honesty, because it's a fragrance that a lot of people are interested in, but I've never had my actual nose on the real thing ever. So it was a nice one there. Nice one.
All right, so let's do Starlight by Xerjoff here.
Okay, that's a little...
And this is actually very beautiful. Very spicy cardamom with that bitterness on top, as you mentioned, you know. And that, I think it has some caramel. Is it caramel?
Yes.
I'm not sure, you know, but it has that spicy.
It's spicy.
Yeah. Very spicy and very sweet. I think a lot of people have said it smells like Christmas. And I get where they are coming from, you know. Spicy, like big goods in a way. Yeah. Yeah, I like it.
And this is the one that we compared with the Minuit initially.
Yes, we did. Yes, we did.
Because there is a likeness to the two, but this one, you know, stood up the more. Initially, you get the vavavoom from this, right? And this one is timid as it starts, the Minuit. And then they seem to smell identical, and then they part ways, because then this one becomes more outstanding. But both fragrances are nice, are good in their own right. They're beautiful fragrances.
Yes.
Yeah, they are beautiful fragrances.
They are beautiful. And this one, it leads us to this fragrance, Xerjoff by Lattafa. You know,
a Xerjoff La Capitale clone. And the Xerjoff has been a fragrance that we have. I'm happy you smelled it in one of the videos. And I just wanted you to tell me your thoughts, because it was one fragrance I thought, does this really have what it has? A strawberry, the what? Yeah, but you know,
I think, you know, when it comes to this, that is La Capitale, right? And the La Capitale comes close to the Mula. You know, I think even all the fragrances they smell alike.
They smell alike. They smell alike.
Mula caramel. They sort of have this similar vibes as the Starlight and others, you know. And this has been compared to La Capitale, which also seemed close to, is it the Mula, you know. When you do the comparison, then you can see that they have some similarity, you know. But I think we know where Lattafa was coming from, but they failed to hit the mark somehow, you know, when it comes to this. This is not as sweet. It lacks in the sweetness.
It lacks in the sweetness. It's more on the patchouli. I think it's the patchouli here that screams a lot. Okay, so here's what we're saying. If we have to re-say what we're saying, right? We have Mula, and we have Mula, and we have the Mula double, right? Now, while we were working around the fragrances, we did discover that there is a likeness to Mula and Mula, as well as the two fragrances being similar to Starlight by Xerjoff, right? And then the Starlight by Xerjoff is the one that led us to the La Capitale. So these fragrances are, you know, like a continuation, or they've borrowed from each other. And we were quick to say, let us go grab that bottle, because we want to know for sure if there is a likeness to what's going on with the three. And yes, it does seem as though Lattafa was onto something. This smells a lot like La Capitale. I concur. You said you concur. The only thing is, we said maybe you need to test them back to front, where you start with the real thing, and then it conditions you into liking the dupe. Because the dupe in itself, the Xerjoff in itself, offset is weird. But once you have smelled, you know, the Mula, the Starlight and whatever, and that La Capitale vibe that people say they have, or the Mula and the Starlight. Once you smell that, then it kind of conditions you to then process the Xerjoff. So yes, Lattafa was onto something here. It does smell like La Capitale to an extent that we ended up even saying it's likable. Yeah,
it's likable. It's likable after being able to test out other
fragrances. Then you get what, you know, because the DNA in itself is odd. It comes across as, I don't know what it's trying to do, but after you smell some of these, then you probably get the difference. And yes, it is a fragrance that personally I would recommend to anyone who likes.
But it's not as sweet.
It's not.
You know, it's not as sweet and spicy. It lacks in that, you know. It's more timid, less interesting, less interesting cousin to these interesting, you know, spicy fragrances.
Yeah. But now that we have done the test run, would you incorporate this in? Is it something that you would wear?
Not necessarily. Still, I would rather, you know, the original. The original seem more punchy. You know, this one falls a little flat, you know, to me.
Oh, okay then. Yeah, so that's what we had for you today, guys. We were testing out fragrances to see you know, whether the fragrances live up to how we were mentally prepared by other people that are hyping them, you know, we wanted to see whether the fragrances lived up to the expectations. And We did agree that the commodity milk is nice. The Mula is nice. Yeah. The Mula plus the double plus the Demi and the double Mula. So those we said were nice. Yes. And they did live to the hype, except maybe just this one. Yes. Okay, this one is the one that we kind of had both agreed that we had issues with, but
and the side effects.
And the side effects, yeah. But to each his own.
Yeah.
So that's a wrap.
Yeah, that's a wrap. Thank you so much. Thank you, and we hope to see you in our next one. Take care.
Bye for now.